As a Pit asks, do you eat junk food, and if so, how often? Um, hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we're doing a Q&A. Let's get into it. As a Pit asks, do you eat junk food, and if so, how often? So yeah, good question. Obviously, I've been a student for the last kind of few years. And you know, a lot of students eat junk food, whether it's Chinese, McDonald's, Domino's, whatever it is. I'd say my two favourites are probably McDonald's and Domino's. I've had KFC as well. But yeah, over the last few years, I've kind of dipped in and out of takeaways. There's been periods where I've had lots, periods where I've had not so many. Right now, to be fair, since lockdown started, I've been fairly good in that regard. The diet's been fairly good throughout. I'll treat myself. Like, I'm not against fast food or anything. Like, I'm still happy to eat, you know, pizzas or whatever, because I just enjoy it. But I understand if I can restrict it a little bit, it'll probably help, you know, my overall health, but also my running performance. So yeah, I still treat myself to the odd pizza. I had 2 pizzas last night, and a double fish burger for lunch. So some days are just like that, but for the most part, is, you know, healthy kind of meats, vegetables, fruits, yogurt, you know, just the general kind of healthy things. But yeah, I don't restrict anything, nothing's out of the question, love all food. So yeah, right now I don't eat a lot of junk food, I guess, to answer your question, but I'm totally not against. Like, I like having it, but I appreciate it's not the healthiest, and it maybe isn't the best for helping me as a runner. So yeah, Jack Pickett runs, very good runner. If you get the chance, check him out on Instagram. He said, what's your favourite running distance? This is quite a tricky one to answer, to be fair. It's definitely nothing under 5 kilometres, but from 5 kilometres to half, to kind of marathon and further, I just enjoy all of it, to be honest. Obviously the one I do the most is 5Ks, because that's kind of the time I'm wanting to improve at the minute. But I have done a marathon, I have done a half marathon and a 10K, and I did an ultra just kind of in my own time after a geography lecture once, but not an official race. But yeah, 5Ks are probably my favourite just because of like part run, and it's, you know, the fastest one. But you know, I really like halves just because it's longer. Like the Great North Run was an amazing experience. Definitely want to get into marathons and potentially ultras in the future again as well. But yeah, for now I'd say 5K just because I'm focused on the time, really focused on getting that speed down. But yeah, nothing under 5K, but anything over I enjoy, especially 5K. 10K, to be honest, is the only one that I'm not, for some reason, not a big fan of. Like, I don't know. It's either 5K half or marathon for me. 10K doesn't really excite me, so yeah, 5K half or marathon for now. Aries Fernando has another kind of food related question. He says, what's your post meal after running? Or post run meal, I guess he means. So it varies, obviously, not every day exactly the same. As I just said, a lot of the time it is kind of fairly healthy stuff, like good meats like chicken or steak or beef or fish, although I don't have fish that often, to be fair. But you know, just standard meal, nothing too exciting, not like super amazing flavour. I'm not really bothered, to be honest with you. I'll eat pretty much anything, whether it's bland or whether it's super flavoursome. I can appreciate good food, but I'm not bothered, I'll eat whatever. So yeah, it's usually chicken with vegetables and like chopped tomatoes or eggs or whatever. Nothing too inspiring. You can see a lot of my pictures on Instagram, which sometimes aren't too pretty, as some people like to remind me, but yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, so it varies every day. Sometimes if it's a big race or a big kind of training run, I might have a pizza or I might have some like dessert, but I'm not that bothered about having it all the time. So yeah, Wisley's Fitness asks, what strength and conditioning workouts do you do? So to be honest, before lockdown, my strength conditioning was very, very limited. Like maybe some bodyweight exercises, press ups, some pull ups outside on like outside gyms. What else? Really not that much. Pretty poor, to be honest, generally. It's still not great, but I have added some online kind of workouts and virtual classes because of lockdown, which I guess is, you know, an opportunity to take from lockdown. So yeah, which ones do? I use 2 different kind of fitness trainers. One is, I'm sure she already knows, Wisley's Fitness herself. She has 3 classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You know, some are abs. Friday's like 1,000 rep challenge. Very good, very intense, and they've helped me out quite a lot. And also recently I've been using a guy called Coach J on Instagram. He's Gym Class with Coach J. Super positive, brilliant workout. Did it on, when did I do it? Sometime last week. It was a condition and stretch workout. It was an hour long. Obviously he's based in Canada, so I had to work out the time zones, but brilliant workout, lots of different exercises, lots of exercises I hadn't thought of as well, but yeah, brilliant, positive community, lots of people on there, and I'll definitely be back for both Wisley's Fitness and Gym Class with Coach J. Charlie Harding, a guy I knew from school, says, when is Runningtoeatmore going to race Chaz a try at Parkrun? Well, that depends when Parkrun returns, of course. I know they're coming back in New Zealand, start of July, but I'm not sure when they'll be back in the UK. Maybe November, December, I'd guess, but who knows? Might be earlier, might be later. We'll just have to see. So yeah, I guess then really, hopefully in Penrith or whenever. But yeah, check Charlie out as well. Super fast running triathlete. And good guy. Hopefully we're going to do a little video together at some point on YouTube, which should be pretty cool as well. But yeah, whenever Parkrun opens, we'll get it done. Alec Fowler asks, what's the most stupid thing you've ever seen someone do running related? Well, I've done a lot of stupid things myself. One of which was going it was 28k, I think. A run. This was while I was at uni with a guy called Max. And we set off, it was winter kind of time, so obviously daylight was pretty restricted, and we went, I don't know, we set off maybe like 3 or 4, not kind of thinking obviously that the sun was going to be going down obviously, so we set off, we got about, you know, an hour and a half out maybe, and then we lost like all daylight obviously because the sun was coming down, and we were in these like back roads, cars whizzing by, no like reflective gear. It was just a disaster, to be honest, but we made it back somehow. But yeah, that was an experience. Obviously, Alec, yourself, you'll know you've done a few interesting moves, I guess. 2.5 marathon hungover was definitely one of the better ones. But yeah, I've done a lot of stupid things. I'm sure a lot of people have as well. But yeah, there's just 2. Xsazzle X says, I always feel like it's a failed run if I have to stop along the way for a break. What do you think? I wouldn't say it's a failed run at all. Just the fact you're getting out the door, going for a walk or a run, that's a success for me. You know, you don't have to be the fastest runner in the world. You don't have to be the fit. Like, no, it doesn't really matter, does it? As long as you're, you know, trying your best or, you know, doing what you can, that's all that matters. Every runner's going to have their ups and downs. Some of them are going to have to stop. Some of them are going to have, like, be ill or whatever. So yeah, I always feel like it's a failed run if I have to stop for a break. Loads of runners do it, especially if you're a kind of beginner runner. You know, a lot of the programs that actively recommend that you do walks, then jog, then walk, then jog, just to kind of build up the endurance until you can build up to a point where you can just go out and go for a 5k run or a 10k run or whatever it is. So it's not a failure at all, don't worry about that. You're still moving, you're still burning calories even walking. And even if you go for a 1 minute run and stop, you've still gone for a run. So just try and think positive if you can. I appreciate it's tricky. But yeah, definitely not a failed run, not at all. Even if you go out for a 10k run and do 1k, yeah, you haven't got 10k or even close, but it's still 1k, so, you know, still positive. Alex Wiley, a good friend, he says, what are your goals for YouTube/Instagram? So yeah, I don't really put a number or anything on Instagram or YouTube. Numbers don't really, it's just a number. Like, it's great to meet new people and have a positive community, but I don't put on a figure like I want to get to, like, you know, 1 million followers. It doesn't really do anything for me. But yeah, just keep it going, keep meeting new people, keep building the community, and see where it goes. So no numbers to speak of, but we'll just see where it goes. So yeah, it's already been great. Like, I appreciate how lucky I am with how many gifts and stuff I get from random companies, which all seem to be great. So yeah, just keep it going, see what happens. And yeah, YouTube, I've only just started that, but I'm enjoying it so far, and I appreciate all the positive feedback. So yeah, we'll just keep that going. Obviously lots of work to do, but yeah, enjoying the process. Runchun123 asks, shin splints, please help, what's the best course of action? So shin splints are actually one of the few injuries that I haven't had a problem with, so I'm not actually too sure what the actual pain is. But obviously I know lots of people that have had them, and know what kind of the general advice is. Generally it's just kind of rest, put ice on them, or find different inserts or soles for your footwear, or different types of footwear. Failing with all of those, I can only recommend to go to like a physio. I recommend a guy called Rowan Wood. I'll leave his link somewhere on this video and in the description. But yeah, that's all I can really say on that, I'm afraid, because it's not one I've experienced myself. I can't tell you what I've done. But yeah, I know a lot of people suffer from that. So yeah, if anyone else has any suggestions for shin splints, please leave them down below and we might be able to help Runchun out. But sorry, that's all I really know. Rest, ice, and inserts or different footwear is a good course of action for that. So yeah, that's all the questions I've got for today, guys. We do have some more, but I'll leave that for a future kind of Q&A. If you've got any more, feel free to send me the question on Instagram or in the comment section. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.